Clearly, I need more coffee. But anyway, yeah, there's a
It's been
new
a long
study that
morning.
coffee lovers are going to love. The Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism published this week that drinking several cups of caffeinated coffee or tea a day may protect against type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, and stroke, which is good news because I need 2 more cups.
Yeah, I know. We can help you out with that. The study adds to existing research suggesting that daily coffee drinkers have better heart health than non-drinkers, provided that they don't drink too much caffeine. There's a lot of context we need to get into.
Right.
So we've got 9 News health expert Dr. Paul Coley here with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Have you guys had your coffee yet?
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell
Clearly
we're
not
struggling
enough.
a little bit.
Not enough.
I am curious about your main takeaways
Yeah.
and kind of your thought process about the study itself.
So the study kind of stinks, I have to be honest. It's not good science. So it looked at a whole bunch of people, almost 200,000, asked them how much coffee they drank for one day, and then looked at their risk 12 years later. Now you can imagine that one day may not reflect your risk 12 years later. You can also imagine the ones that maybe drank less coffee had a reason to drink less coffee. Maybe they already had heart disease. So based on this, they concluded that those that drank 2 to 3 cups did better than the ones that only drank 1 cup with respect to developing diabetes or heart disease or stroke. So I don't love the study, but having said that, I do love coffee.
Yeah.
And I do think it has a lot of health benefits that should really be appreciated. So first is that it can help improve your blood vessel function, actually. So people who drink coffee, it has a lot of additives that can help with that. And the second is it can actually reduce inflammation because it has antioxidant effects. It's also been linked to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke and such. So I'm a fan of coffee drinking, but we have to be careful because there may be risks as well.
Okay, I was going to say, I hesitate to ask you, but what are those risks?
Okay, so let's think about it. Coffee has caffeine, which is a drug. So usually a cup of coffee has about 100 milligrams of caffeine. So, and it's a stimulant, so it can raise your blood pressure. Now, for most of us that are healthy, it doesn't matter, but for those that have high blood pressure who've had a stroke, it could raise your blood pressure a bit too much because your blood vessels react abnormally to that drug. Second, it can cause arrhythmias because it is a stimulant, right? It gets us up in the morning, but can also kind of whip the electrical system of our heart, so it can increase our risk of arrhythmia. So those are sort of potential risks. And then third, if you're having coffee, like Turkish coffee or French press, which is not filtered, some of those particles can actually raise your bad cholesterol as well.
Wow. So when you talk about not doing it too much, not drinking too much, like what is the balance? Like what is the right amount of coffee, I guess?
So I would say if you're not a coffee drinker, don't start drinking it for health because it's not going to give you good health to start drinking coffee.
Right.
But if you love drinking coffee like I do, try to keep it maybe 1 to 2 cups a day, depending on your body size. We also have to be careful here, guys, because it's what we add into our coffee, right? Sugar, cream. These types of things can also confer risk, and especially if we're drinking multiple cups. Tea has less caffeine per cup, about half as much or a quarter as much as coffee. So if you can do a couple of coffees and a couple of teas, or maybe mix your caffeinated and decaffeinated. And it's also fascinating that we metabolize coffee differently. So some of us are fast metabolizers and some are slow metabolizers. So some people can only have that 1 cup before they start feeling jittery, and others can do 2 or 3. So a little bit of it is an art, but I would say if you keep it under 2 to 3 and make sure you don't add too many things to it. Make sure you hydrate when you're drinking coffee because it's a diuretic as well. That's probably a healthy way to enjoy a good cup of coffee.
See, Corey always makes fun of me, says I drink boring coffee because I just drink it straight black. Yeah, but see, there's a good reason for this.
It's rough. I don't know how you do it.
And
I get it. I get it.
Typically
And filtered.
And yes, exactly. And typically I'm sitting at home with 3 different cups. One's coffee, one's, water, one's like my electrolyte.
Okay, well, that's probably the best way to drink your coffee.
I'm simple. I just got a water bottle nearby.
That's even better. All right. Dr. Coley, thank you so much. I mean, I wish it did lower our risk, but thank you. We appreciate your insight.